Hello, I'm Will Morgan with Morgan Products. Thanks for your interest in Dalmatian rub and seasoning. In this video, I want to tell you a little bit about Dalmatian rub and how I use it. This is not really a review because I actually sell Dalmatian rub on Amazon. Dalmatian rub is an old recipe that's been around for years. Originally it was used on barbecued large cuts of meat like briskets and shoulders, that kind of thing. A lot of the early references that I've seen come out of Texas, so I kind of think that's where it was invented. But it's been used a long time by a lot of barbecue restaurants. With the popularity of barbecue today, people from coast to coast know about Dalmatian rub. It adds a burst of flavor to just any foods, and it also adds a great bark to barbecue foods. Basically, Dalmatian rub and seasoning is just coarse ground salt and pepper. There are variations out there where people add garlic and onion, dried mustard, paprika, etc. I chose to just stick with the simple version, so my Dalmatian rub is only coarse ground salt and pepper. I do use it differently depending on what types of meats that I'm cooking. On large cuts like Boston butts, shoulders, briskets, that kind of thing, I start with a cheap yellow mustard all over the meat to act as a binder to hold on the rub. I also tend to use a thicker coat of Dalmatian rub on larger pieces of meat. The mustard does not change the flavor of the meat at all, and some people use a light coat of oil instead. As I wrote down my thoughts to make this video, it dawned on me that when I do the turkey breast for Thanksgiving, I use oil and not mustard. I don't know why, it's just personal preference. I smoke a lot more shoulders than I do briskets, and I've noticed that a lot of people add their own barbecue rub on top of the Dalmatian rub. I've tried it both ways, and I can't really see a difference. I think part of that is the fact that I baste my shoulders as I'm cooking them. A true confession, I love this rub and I love ribs, but I don't love this rub on ribs. For me, it's a bit too salty. For steaks, it's a great seasoning. And what I do is I score both sides of the meat with a knife, a light coat of Dalmatian seasoning, and then I let it sit for about 30 minutes. Some people even talk about wetting your fingers, and then rubbing it in to where you've scored the meat. I'm a big fan of cooking steaks using the sous vide method, and this seasoning works great for that. After that, there's a lot of other uses for this seasoning. In the beginning, you're going to start putting it back in the cabinet with your other rubs and spices when you get through using it, but gradually you'll start using it on other things. I think at our house, the first time we used it on a non-barbecue thing was scrambled eggs one Sunday morning. And then it was French fries, and then baked potatoes and vegetables, and et cetera, et cetera. And now, Dalmatian rub and seasoning never goes back in the cabinet. It just lives on the countertop. That's about it. Thanks for sitting through this, and I hope you found it helpful. This channel is a new venture for me. And in the future, I hope to do a lot of reviews on a lot of different things. So there's a link below to the Amazon listing where I sell Dalmatian rub. It comes in two sizes, a 10-ounce bottle and a 24-ounce bottle. Originally, I think the people bought the smaller bottle just to see if they'd liked it. Now, we sell both of them equally. So thank you very much, and take care.